One guy who, in talking to you and passes the eye test as well, Joel Bitonio has been really, really consistent.
Yeah, the thing I like about Joel Bitonio as I'm looking through film is that he is the same guy I watched in camp in terms of his effort, his execution, his attention to detail. Everything he does is because he practices it well. From their inside zone, front side zone, where he's the front side guy, or he's the backside guy. The counter game where he's a double team guy with the center or with the tackle, or if he's a guy pulling out and around, which is what everybody sees him consistently doing, pulling out and around. He's just really, really good, and he's not good on accident. He practices really, really well. He's physical, he's detailed, and I'm not shocked. It was looking at him, his consistency is not shocking.
All right, let's take a look at some of that camp video where they're working on fundamentals. What do you see here, and what is Joel working on in this?
Well, they're working a zone concept here, and he is they're going to double team, and it's kind of a zone concept, so that front side tackle is going to reach, and then Joel's going to take over, and the only way you do that is having really good feet. If you watch his first couple steps, he's going to actually run. He's actually going to run at the heels of that guy to his right. And he consistently does this well, and this is why the Browns are really good in their zone scheme. This is working an odd front, or this is an even front. An odd front, because that's a tackle, and they're consistently working covered and uncovered. His feet are really good, his hands are really good, and he takes over. So the tackle starts to double and then goes to the next level, and Joel's going to take over, and he does this really, really well.
And again, working in tandem, the timing important, because you saw the tackle is going on to the next man, and Joel's picking up the man that he had. Another thing from the camp, double teams. That's the next clip that we're going to take a look at, and take us through what they're working on here, what you like, what you see.
You're getting a double team. You're getting a true gap scheme, double team where they're going to be down. Wills is going to double team. He's going to come off on the backer. Once again, Joel's really good with his hands. He's really good with his feet. You can see on contact how his feet are exaggerating the short, choppy steps, which allows him to keep his base underneath him. So not only is he a big, strong guy, but he's low. Low man always wins. He's got great leverage. He's really, really strong. I was kind of shocked seeing in person how truly big he is. He's really a giant man with really great feet. So this is a good double team here, just to drill they're working. And it's a drill that you constantly see carry over into the games.
Well, you had mentioned, they run zone, they run gap. Another thing that the Browns do in that run game is what we're going to look at in this game action. It's yet another version of it. Tell us what this is, what you see here.
Well, this is going to be what the Browns have run very well throughout the last 3 or 4 years, but I think it's a scheme that's going to be very important moving forward. It's this pin and pull scheme, which you can run out of multiple backs, but you can also run in 11 personnel with multiple receivers in the game, where they're going to try to set the edge with either a tight end or receiver. You see Njoku here. They've done it with DPJ, and they're going to get the uncovered guys to that side out and around. And to do that, you've got to have great feet. You got to be able to get out and run. You got to be able to locate the number one backer inside the box, or get to a corner, which he does here with the pin block. And this is going to be a very important scheme for the Browns moving forward, especially if they're going to be in multiple receiver groups that they seem to be in. They're running a lot more 11 personnel. So this is a classic pin and pull from the Browns.
And the other guy there, you mentioned David Njoku, another guy that would set up to get that block that Njoku got there would be DPJ, because of his size. While he's not a tight end, he's a big enough and physical enough guy that he will be effective in that realm of the game.
Well, yeah, and if you're not going to have a fullback in the game, you got to kind of be creative in in terms of how you're going to block at the line of scrimmage, the edge, and the linebackers. And both Njoku and DPJ, they give you that big body in there where they can seal down on an end of that pin and pull. They can also get up to a linebacker if necessary in some of their gap schemes. The zone scheme, especially the one-back zone scheme, they got to be able to block like a lineman and then climb to the next level where the linebacker is going to be and have good enough feet. So, yeah, both of those guys. And it gives you that both are receiving threats. So you can kind of run that pin and pull and some gap schemes and some outside zone schemes and still be in a multiple receiver set.
So obviously with Deshaun Watson, pass protection is going to become important because Browns are likely going to throw the ball more. Tell us what you see from Joel Bitonio here.
Well, the reason I have both of these clips, I like them, is one is going to be just a true drop back where we're just catching the ball in the gun and throwing. The other one is a play action. And with play action with the Browns, it was very, very important because now those defensive linemen, those linebackers are thinking run. With the Browns moving forward, they're going to be a pass-first team. I still think they're going to have a power run game, but they're going to be let's make no mistake about it, they're going to be a pass-first team, and teams are going to start pinning their ears back and pass rushing a little bit. Bitonio does a really good job. He did a really good job in camp. I enjoyed watching him against the Eagles, who have a really good front during those 2 days, pass blocking against that really good D-line. But this is going to be different for the Browns moving forward. There's not going to be as much play action as there will be just straight drop back. So all these guys are going to have to really work this in the offseason throughout the rest of this month and get better daily.
Well, and again, you mentioned it. It's going to be. You don't pay a guy $230 million to play quarterback if you don't plan on using him quite a bit and making him the focal point. Take us through this video from camp. What are they working on, and why are these sets important?
Well, this will be a quick set. So this will be some of the quick game, the three-step game, when you get the ball out quick to the flanks and the now screens and the rock screens. So what is he doing here? The reason he's so good is his feet. So if you watch on pass protection here, he's going to set. He's not actually going to drop back, which guards don't drop back as much, but they're going to drop heel to toe to kind of be able to handle twists and stunts. This is just one-on-one with Winfrey. Winfrey early on really struggled with these two guards, especially Bitonio, being a veteran. Does a great job of getting his hands inside. He's low. He moves his feet on contact so Winfrey can't swim him. Again, he's really, really good in both the pass and run. And obviously with the Browns, he's going to have to get better and better at just true pass protection.